Hey there, Supalama here. Today I've got probably one of the trickiest challenge locks I've ever encountered. It is the Evr MK6. At first glance it doesn't look like much, until you look right down into that keyway. I'll try and move my hand so the light gets through. You can see 3 stacks of pins, and I'll just show them off here. You have your main top stack, you have a left stack, and you have a right stack. The top stack, I believe, consists of 5 or 6 top pins. Left stack is about 3. Right stack is 4 or 5. He's also got some sort of mechanism in there to stop the rotation of the actual lock going clockwise. This key did come initially wrapped, by the way, so it doesn't go to the right at all, but it will go counterclockwise, no problem. Here is the bitting. So this should be interesting. I did manage to pick it once about an hour ago, but since then I have not been able to replicate it. I've had this lock for maybe 2 months or so. Every now and then I'd get a little bit more progress on it, but it was just recently today I've actually been able to get a full open on it. So let's see if I can get something going on. So pin 1 and a little bit of core rotation, and I found a little bit of a way to sneak my pick under these pins. But I've never dealt with a dimple lock before, so this whole side pin business is a whole new ball game for me. Okay, I think he's picked. He did not want to move into place, but slowly I was getting a bit of rotation out of it. Let's check this side stack. I think I got something out of pin 2. If I can just get the pick back in there. There we go. I did notice that the first pins on each side stack don't need to be picked, so it's almost like an overset trap. Okay, nothing there. Let's go back to the stack. There's a lot of stuff that happens out of the stack here, so probably check this one first if anything. I think I might have felt a pin set. I need to check the top stack. Okay. Let's check the bottom side stack here. Nothing. Okay. Oh, there we go. I got something. We got a little bit of a deeper falset here, and my pick is fine. Double check something else here, see if there's any other pins that want to give up a little more. Yeah, definitely got something there. Got another click out of it. Okay. Let's check this sidebar here, or sorry, this side stack. I'm thinking that's all set. Check the top stack. Okay, feels like I set maybe pin 3 or 4. Got a little bit of our false set back. I know the false set gets farther than this as well. Okay, that feels like that's it there. Check the bottom stack again. Nope, still nothing. Okay, check the top stack. I'm going to use a short hook still. As I pick this lock, the keyway does become more open. Okay, nothing as far as I can tell just yet. I think I might have got to click on 2. Pretty sure there's another pin hiding in here somewhere that I need to pick. Where is it? Got a little click off of, I think that was 3 or 4. I still feel all set. See if I get anything different if I crank down on the tension. Because right now I am really not getting anything. Wondering if there's something in the back, because it's... nothing wants to talk to me here. I'm actually going to the 20,000, see if there's something I can prod. Okay, not getting anything there. Nothing on that stack. I think this pin's really serrated. Oh, got a bit of our false setback. Lost my false set that I had. Oh, there's a false set. I think I'm only 1 or 2 pins away here from actually popping this lock open. At least I was last time I was at this point. Check things at the back. Oh, and I think we're open. That was off pin 4. Let's double check this here. That's an open. All right. Okay. I have not gutted this lock before. I have no idea what to expect. 15-minute pick time. Might be a half-hour long video, guys. He did recommend shims. Let's see what we've got here. Phillips and an Allen key. Is it the right Torx? Awesome, it is. It's never that often I have the proper tools at hand like that. A little bit of a customized cam. Now I made mention of this hidden pin. I wonder if that's it right there. Do I have a flathead that small? I don't think I do. Is this flat enough to get in there? Well, you guys see it. It's unlocked, so I'm going to lock it. Oh, sweet. This is the perfect size. This feels like it's under spring pressure. Ever, if I lose this, I am so sorry. Actually, it's got a bit of a wiggle to it, and it's no longer giving me resistance, so I have a feeling it's not under spring pressure. Tweezers. Oh wow. Check this out, guys. I don't know if he made that himself or what, but he's actually put threads on the outside of this pin to make sure that it threads in there nicely. Look at that. He did say use a shim for these side pins. I'm going to use a shim for everything. Oh, hold on. This is still not letting it go. Well, that looked like the hidden pin. Well, I'll shim all three, and we'll see how this goes. He made mention of turn the core about 60 degrees counterclockwise before removing it. 60 degrees. Yeah, it's about 60 degrees. It is going to be incredibly painful to put this lock back together, but I am so curious to see what's inside, and I'd love to show you guys what's inside this lock. Sorry for the long video, guys. I just want to make sure I do this right. This has to be one of the most complex locks I've ever had to gut. And I include that as part of an acid twin and everything else. Follower. Are you the right size? Definitely not. How are you? Yep, that'll do it. Deep breath. Okay, I don't hear any pins dropping. Just gonna put this over here. Oh wow, okay. Okay, I'll just slowly take the key out. He's done a lot of work to this. Okay, yeah. Okay. We'll get to the pins after I get this all gutted for you. I'm gonna need more trays. If you guys can deal with a couple of M-Heart pins, then so be it. Oh, there was 5 on this side. Okay. Oh shit, that was the oh, that is a tiny check pin. Okay. I'll put that there. That looks like half the diameter of a master lock pin. And I'll use this one. Was not expecting to go through this many trays in one video. Okay. Is there a way for me to get this all in frame? Probably more like that. Ignore these 2 pins here. These are M-Heart. They did not come from Evr's lock. And the shims. Oh god. Instant regret. Well. Is that a magnet? He put a magnet in pin 1. That's a magnet. A serrated magnet. I can only imagine. Is this pin steel? Oh, it is steel. Okay. I have no idea what I was getting into. Sorry everything is getting out of frame, everybody. You'll just have to deal with it for this one. I have to use the core as reference now. I will use the right side there. Or can I just go to the left side? No. Okay, maybe I can get to the second pin then. Pin 2 is this serrated T-pin looking thing with another steel spring. I don't know why I keep touching that with my tweezers. I know it's magnetic. Ah, yeah, okay, there we go. Oh crap, I lost both. Okay. It's a short standard out of 1 and another short standard out of 2. I'll have to refer to the schematics in order to figure out which is which. Both were brass springs. However, you're gonna make me grow gray hair out of this lock, man. But it is so good to pick this thing. One very small brass spring. Looks like it might have come out of an American or something similar. And another tiny brass spring. In fact, the side pins are probably all tiny brass springs. Back to the top stack. Very, very small-footed spool in 3 with a brass spring. See if I can be a little bit more careful about this one. Probably not. This is a tiny T-pin looking thing. Oh, I think I'm putting this in the wrong spot. You belong over there. Another tiny brass spring. Ah! That's another standard pin. And another tiny brass spring. Okay. It's a really, really serrated driver pin in 4 top stack. That looks like a steel spring up top. That would have been side pin 3 on the left, serrated with a small brass spring. Come on out, you spring. Small brass one, or small steel one. Serrated number 3 on the right. Oh no, my battery's dying. I have to speed this up. Brass spring. Tiny brass spring. This is out of 5. This one is out of, I think that's 5 on the finger, or sorry, on the side pin. I don't even know anymore. There's so many pins, I'm getting mixed up. Brass spring for you, and I'm just going to cover up and pull this out just in case. Yeah, there was one more. Okay, I'll have to refer to the schematics for this. This is what came out. I believe you might be from 5. Oh, okay, I see what happened. This was from 4. This guy is from 5. There we go. That should take care of it. Okay, I'm going to reorganize, charge my battery, and I'll get back to you guys as soon as possible. Okay, the battery's all charged. Let's reposition here. And it's also another day, which means it's July 4th, so happy 4th of July, all you Americans. There's no easy way to get this going, but I did get the pins in the right order. I just had to flip them all around. And I did figure out what this little pin here was for after taking a quick look at the core, if I can grab it. This tiny little pin is the check pin, if you will, that stops the core from being picked clockwise, and I'll get to that in a minute. So we'll start with the top stack here. Ah, crap, there we go. Okay, so top is a serrated magnet, and the bottom is a metal, probably steel, key pin. Very clever design. Steel spring. And the rest are all brass. Where's the schematics? There. I'll read as I go along here. Two is this, what do we got here? Didn't give a whole lot of names for these ones. You've got your torpedo looking guy here with a really nice serrated, oh, and apparently that one is magnetized as well. Really nice serrated driver. 3, another torpedo looking thing. And this spool with a very, very small footprint, so it's going to be very grabby. Brass spring. 3, serrated, but it's also cambered a little bit, as you see. So it narrows as it goes up, trying to make it easier to overset. With another really nicely serrated pin, and again, a little bit of a chamfer there. Steel spring. And finally, this one that he actually did label as a torpedo. And another serrated pin with a brass spring. On its own, that's quite nasty. On the left side, we've got out of focus pins, yes. So these should be in the proper orientation as well. This would be the overset trap. This is 1, that's 3. So this would be farther back. Standard, but these guys have a bit of a camber again towards the center to make it try and make it easier to overset. Same with this one. 3 is a serrated key pin with a serrated driver. All 3 are brass springs. I believe this was to try and get caught in the in his undercuts that he put in the core, from what he told me. But we'll assemble it bit by bit and take a look. And on the right side, again, ignore the M heart pins on 6 and 7 slot. You've got serrated key pin, standard, but it's got the camber again. Serrated key pin, and this serrated spool mushroom looking thing. Spoolie key pin, serrated, really heavily serrated. Another torpedo looking key pin, and this very heavily serrated again. And this torpedo T-pin top, and this narrowing serrated driver pin. Inside the core, we've got more out of focus brass, apparently. Come on. There we go. Looks like only 4 has been modified. Yeah, it looks like only 4 has been modified with threading, which is kind of a saving grace. Looks like these ones have been really wallowed out. That one's been threaded. Nothing else there. It looks like he might have drilled here and pitted it or potted it with something to, it's maybe he drilled the wrong hole. These have been wallowed out quite a bit here, as you can see, but no threading, nothing inside the chambers themselves, but this is definitely wallowed out. Okay, let's see if I can find my tweezers again, apparently. There. Get these all stacked together. I never learn. Well, that pin's real close to being an overset trap. Okay, there is the top stack. focus. There we go. Really, really well done. Side stack. That one's in there pretty good too. Ooh. Just want to show you guys. That's how tight in the keyway these pins were. Butted right up against there. It doesn't look like those are going any farther though. Oh, that one did. One's a little wobbly in there. That one's going to be a pain to hold still. Close enough. These ones are pretty well all overset traps. One is already at shear, but the other two need to be picked ever so slightly. It is going to be a real hassle to put this thing back together. This side might be a little easier. Okay. So one was already at shear, and the rest of these serrated are all over the place. You can see that they're well made exactly where they need to be. And I still want to take a look at that check pin just to see how it works. So he's got this homemade set screw nail, which we talked about, and this little check pin. Oh, I didn't even talk about what he had in the Bible. A lot. Main stack, 5 is clean, 4 is threaded, 3 feels clean, 2 is clean, 1 is threaded on one side, apparently. Clean, clean, clean. Oh no, 3 is threaded on the 5 stack side, and he's got an unused hole here. Or is it this one? It's probably this one here. He's probably going to make it a 4 pin on this side, but possible you couldn't line them up, or you drilled too low. It looks like 1 and 2 are threaded, 3 is clean. But here's the groove that stops the lock from being picked counterclockwise, or sorry, clockwise only. So you can pick it counterclockwise, but not clockwise. It won't go any further because the pin is pushed into this this groove here. And the way that it works is you take this little check pin and you put it inside this chamber right here. And then you add tension to it with this guy, and you screw it in, forcing that pin out, but just enough where it's pressing into that groove and stops it from being picked one direction. Very, very clever. Not something I would have thought of. So, Evr, what an amazing lock. I hope I never see it again. Everyone else, thank you so much for this long video and bearing with it, and sharing and learning about the insides of this devious nightmare. Thanks for watching.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face, tell me that you love me, even if it's fake.